1 pitch. Swung on, hit deep into left field. That ball is deep. That ball is out of here. A grand slam, game-winning home run from Dawson Kahn, and the Indians come from 5 down in the bottom of the 7th inning, and they get a walk-off grand slam from Dawson Kahn, and that was going to do it for this one.
Back to J&N Sports Talk Live and Local. Chris Wells.
John Shelley. Was that you introducing me?
Well, yeah, I was introducing. You had something you wanted to share. You got the sage grouse and the prairie chickens. I mean, seriously, it's thriving. It's a thriving state for upland birds. And a few pheasants, not as many as your
I have no idea
Dakotas.
what you're talking about.
You're not over a thunder chicken hunter or prairie chicken,
I have
whatever
no
you call
idea
it?
what you're talking about.
Have you ever watched Gunsmoke?
Now water starts to fly everywhere on that Lindsey Wilson sideline. Blue Raiders are going to win this one, and boy, they're excited and good for them. There's the bath that Coach Oliver's going to get, and joy in Columbia. Wow. Lindsey Wilson is bringing Big Red home, and they are celebrating on the field as they should. The Blue Raiders, NAI national champions in 2021. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the J&S Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local. We come to you each Wednesday here in the WAIN studios on 1270 AM, 1019 FM, CBS Sports Radio, WAIN. Our sponsors are J&S Auto Sales. They're our title sponsors, TJ Regional Health, United Citizens Bank, Lindsey Wilson College. You can follow us on Facebook at WAIN 101.9 FM and 1270 AM. And on YouTube at WAIN Radio. We're actually live streaming on YouTube for the first time. This is our inaugural, live stream.
And John said he's glad he come.
I knew it. I mean, I actually got a shower, cleaned up for this.
You are a pretty man.
Put gel in my hair.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
You're a pretty man, and people can see that. I got like a 85-inch monitor in front of me, so I'm going to duck in behind that most of the evening. But anyway, we're live on YouTube for the first time. We're going to be archiving the show according to Austin Armstrong each week, video and audio. So you know what? If you can't join us live, you can archive it up.
Our producer just continues to make advances in our show, guys.
He's second to none. I mean, he's fantastic.
Oh yeah, I mean he likes change. He likes to make us better.
Well,
he doesn't settle.
No.
He makes the extra pass.
Well,
Somebody does. For the games I've been watching.
don't forget to also listen to us live on our website, 1019WAN.com, and you can download the app free of charge on the App Store and Google Play. Just search WAN Radio.
I'm gray-headed. I'm sitting there looking at the live stream.
You are.
Golly.
Well, at least you got hair.
Well, see the back of my head's all you see, but goodness gracious.
Is there a massive shine off my forehead?
No, I don't see
All
that.
right, well, that's good. That's good.
John looks good, though.
We knew he would. I mean, there's no doubt of the three of us, he's easily the prettiest man in the room until Austin gets back in here. Alongside Scott Bennett, John Shelley, I'm Chris Wells, and lots to talk about tonight. We don't have a guest tonight. But after the show, I was thinking on the ride home last week, and I don't want to dwell on it too much, but what a great interview that was last week with our new football coach here in Adair County.
It was a great interview, and the radio station actually followed up. I got to hear the interview with McKinney and Coach Craig Biggs, and that was most of the conversation about hiring a football coach and stuff. So it was a great follow-up to our show, and he'd even mentioned it. But, I think he was talking about the players being fired up. He said in the halls the players are fist bumping the AD because they're fired up. So that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. Well, I told you I was ready to run through a wall after the interview.
Do you ever get fist bumps for anything?
I get a fist bump every morning when I drop my son off. That's the way we say goodbye is with a fist bump. Other than that, no, not really. So, but anyway, that's exciting. I'm sure we'll talk a lot about Adair County football in the future. Especially next fall, but right now basketball season in Adair County boys 11-4, the girls 4-11. It's been a good season so far for the boys.
It has. Last night was a great win to win at Macquarie Central out of region. they had already played. They had beaten Rockcastle, Scott. Did you know, by 27?
Yeah.
And of course, Rockcastle had beaten us on the road. That was Saturday.
Yeah.
But they had played Lincoln pretty tough. They played a lot of really good teams close. So for our kids to go over there, undersized, I know they had one really good player. And Scott, it was from what I understand, it was a seesaw battle where Macquarie Central went up as many as 9 in the first quarter. We went up as many as 9 or 10 in the third quarter. They shot a tremendous percentage from the free throw line.
I heard they didn't miss a free throw.
They didn't miss
That's
one.
what I understood.
Game was tied. We had the last shot, held it for the last shot, and hit a buzzer beater at the
missed the initial shot. Connor's the way I saw the video, and I talked to Matt Lloyd, Connor's dad, today, and Matt said I actually didn't see it. I was looking at the scoreboard, see how much time was left. But Connor shot, pulled up about the free throw line, shot, missed, and the guy from Macquarie Central come down with it, looked like, and he was turning almost and to look to see how much time's left. And when he turned his head, Connor stole it and laid it in, and buzzer went off. So it's a good way to pick up a win. Like I said, John said, that's a really nice out of region win. That's Macquarie Central Charlotte got their best team they've had in a while, and that's a good win, especially bouncing back after the overtime loss at Rockcastle County.
And Chris, switching to Rockcastle, I mean, it was a ball game. We were 8 for 32 from the three-point line. That was the difference. We had tons of shots that just rimmed out or were perfect, good looks for us. And I know Connor had 19 rebounds. We talk about his point per game, but yeah, with 19 rebounds in that ball game. Adair County had a 4 or 5 point lead under a couple minutes to go, and we just couldn't hold on.
Yeah,
couldn't hold on. It went into overtime, and game got really physical. Of course, you're going to get that out of region, and kind of wore our kids down a little bit. But an overtime loss and a game that really we had a shot to win. Just the 8 for 32 from three kind of sums it up. We just couldn't get that basket. We needed it.
60-57 at Rockcastle on Saturday, and then last night 58-56 against on the road at Macquarie Central. Guys, I'm curious, before we preview Berea and Thomas Nelson later this week, I'm curious about where you think this team is compared to where they were. I don't know, maybe in late November, early December, when you went through the first round of district.
I see he's probably cut the substitution pattern down a little bit. I think guys are settling into their roles. I think guys realize that we are a three-point oriented team, and now when teams are running at us, they have the ability, where we didn't in November, to shot fake and get to the basket a little bit more frequently than we did early. Defensively, holding them to 56. I think defensively, Coach Breeze just continues to change defenses and tries to get in a situation where size, the mismatches by packing stuff in and making teams beat us from the perimeter. Done a really good job with changing defenses. I think we're playing better than we were in November, but I don't think maybe we've hit our peak yet. Just my opinion.
Something I noticed too about last night's game. Of course, the boys are 11-4 right now, but last night was only the second time out of the 11 wins that we won scoring under 60 points. Most games we've won, we've been up in the 70s and even 80s. So that was a good sign to me that we were able to win one that wasn't a track meet of getting up and down the court. So to me that's an important thing there, because all signs point to an Adair Campbellsville first round district game, and it's just most likely the scenario, whether you're the 2 seed or 3 seed, somebody's going to have to beat Taylor. You're going to have to beat Taylor, and somebody else is going to have to beat Taylor to get that 1 seed. In all reality, you need Marion County to be the one that beats Taylor, and that's not going to happen as things are right now anyway. But so to be able to show you can win a possession-oriented game, especially against Campbellsville, I think that would be big.
Scott, did I see you in the 2A where Taylor beat Marion by 49?
Yeah.
You know,
Taylor's rolling right now, rolling. 14-2, beat the best team in Memphis during the Christmas tournament. Best team in Memphis, pretty good, probably pretty good basketball.
Yeah.
And Chris, I just want to, now that you've asked that question, I'll let it sink in a little bit. I want to elaborate a little bit more on it.
Do it.
We've got to have some other scoring to complement Connor. You know, we know Connor's going to get his 25. Last night, for example, Carter White had an and one on a drive and had a putback late in the game. He had 5 points late. I know
Brayton scored 10. He was the second leading scorer.
Yeah, we're going to have to get.
To me, Brayton's the key.
Brayton. We got to get Brayton involved early in the game to get him going. You know, Gilbert's going to make shots. He had a couple drives to the basket last night. They were big, I heard. So getting those other guys contributing with 8, 10, 12 points, getting a Camden Burton to get a junk basket here and there, or get to the foul line, make some, you know, to just chip in to help complement Connor. That's my opinion. We got to get a little bit more of that down the stretch.
Oh, I agree 100%. No doubt about it.
Up next is Berea. That's Friday at 7 o'clock. And on Saturday, they play Thomas Nelson. Give us a little preview there, Scott.
We should be favored in both those games. I don't know that much about Berea. I know Thomas Nelson lost their coach and their two best players that would have been returning this year. One of them went to Washington County and one of them went somewhere. Maybe both of them went to Washington County. I'm not sure. But I know they lost their coach and they're in rebuild mode. They had the potential to have a really good season this year, but basically when they lost their coach, the two best players left too, and so that they're down some. Berea on the other hand, I know we played them last year up there, and I would think we would probably be favorites in that game too. I saw where Thomas Nelson is 2-12 on the season. Berea is 6-12. So I mean, you're facing teams with losing records, and those are the ones you got to take care of.
John, both games going to be on WAIA?
Yep.
Yes.
And the Facebook page.
And I did hear Craig Biggs talk about too. Friday is first responders night. Austin, am I right on that? So, you know, we need to always take the opportunity to thank those people, and we appreciate the jobs they do, and we hope that they can come out and get a little recognition Friday.
Free admission with a ID showing you're a first responder, you get free admission.
So we want those guys and girls there.
Let's talk about Adair County girls, 4-11 on the season. As you guys predicted, it was a tough outing against Taylor last week in the 2A Section 4 tournament. They lost that one 53-25. And then you go up, played against North Hardin, who's always pretty good. Tough loss there as well. Talk about either one of those games, gentlemen.
While Scott's looking there, the Taylor County game, 45-7 at halftime. So we had a running clock start to third quarter. I think it was a situation where Taylor shot the ball better than the first time we played them, and we couldn't. We kept turning the ball over. I'll just be nice. We kept throwing it to them, or throwing it over our teammates' heads, and it got really ugly. And Taylor, I thought showed a lot of sportsmanship. They played their younger kids or their reserves the whole second half, and I think the final margin ended up being 28.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. We scored 7 points in the first half, and the Taylor County only scored 8 points in the second half when they played there. And when we say they're young kids, they dress a bunch of seventh graders, and they're going to be good players. I mean, Taylor County's got a lot to look forward to in their girls program. They're going to be good for the next several years. Don't know much about the North Hardin game, but it's always a hard place to play up there. It's just did you ever coach up there?
I did.
It's the old saying, a cracker box gym. It's a big cracker box. I mean, there's a lot of seats and things in there, but it's just a plain old square There's no what's the word I'm looking for? Nothing's notoriety. There's nothing special about it. It's just a plain old gym, and it's just. I've always thought it's a hard place to play, especially. I've not seen many girls' games there, but some of the boys' games that we've had up there, when both teams are pretty competitive, it can get rowdy there fast, as far as loudness and.
And that was tough
they're
scheduling, back-to-back nights.
Yeah.
You had Taylor, and then you got North on the road. That was brutal.
And I mean, like John said, turning the ball over, and I mean, to win games, you don't have to score more than 21, 25 points. I mean, the games we won is we got in the 40s and 50s, and that's just the magic. We talked about it on the air. That's the magic to Dare County. You got to be able to score and score easy baskets, force some turnovers, and get some easy baskets, because we just have a hard time scoring against a set defense.
Up next, LaRue County tomorrow night.
Yep, that's on the radio and Facebook. We actually get some home games, Chris. We was on the road there for a little while, and we get the girls at home tomorrow, and the boys 3 in a row at home, and then after tomorrow, the girls are off until the 20th, so they don't have a big break right there, and so I'm sure they'll get some practice time in, refresh their legs, and that type of thing. So it's just odd that the boys had a kind of a break there between Christmas of the end of the year, and they didn't play till the 6th, and then the girls play the 12th and not again until the 20th. So, but when they start back, They go 20th, 21st, 24th, 27th, 31st.
Yeah.
When they come back, they're
And
on
a
some
couple
3-game
things,
weeks.
Austin, correct me if I'm wrong. Tuesday is going to be Little League night, I believe. I believe that's right. And then when Adair plays Taylor at home, whenever that is, that's help me, Scott.
January 31st.
They're going to recognize the football team's having a chili supper, and they're going to recognize Coach Stonebreaker during the game, and so all that's going to be exciting.
Folks, this guy's doing all this with 0 notes. So he's just like throwing stuff out there.
It's involving food. I guarantee. I mean, he knew that one.
Well, I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have 2 bowls of chili because I'm going to make a nice donation.
2 bowls.
So I'm thinking the amount that I put in the box depends on how many bowls of chili. Do y'all look at things that way?
That you won't get the 2 bowls of chili until after the games.
I can't fathom eating chili while I'm on the air. I can't.
I could actually see him eating it while he's calling the game.
No, I couldn't do that. But
Talking in between bites.
I think you're underestimating how talented you are. I think you could do that as well. I just wouldn't want to choke on a bean or anything like that. Chuck a hunk of meat or anything like that. So.
That's funny. But anyway, that'll be exciting. It has to be exciting for Coach Stonebreaker. That'll be a huge crowd. Taylor in there,
should be the biggest crowd of the
to introduce him, and the football team, going to have a little fundraiser around it. So I think that's a great idea. I just heard Craig talking about that on the show this week.
No doubt. Anything else about Adair County before we take a break?
That's all I know what's going on.
So again, LaRue County tomorrow night, girls, Friday and Saturday, boys, Berea and Thomas More right here on WAIN. Thomas Nelson.
I hope they're not playing Thomas More. If they're playing, they're in trouble if they're playing Thomas More.
They don't want any part of Thomas More, I can tell you that. All right, we're going to step away for a minute. We'll be back. This is J&S Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local.
Kentucky Sanitation Services is a waste management company with solutions tailored to each client's need. They provide garbage dumpster services for your business, home, or farm, as well as a variety of roll-off boxes from 10 cubic yards all the way up to 40 cubic yards. They have containers that can handle any size job, from cleaning out your basement or for a large demolition project. Call 270-634-4637 or check them out on Facebook at Kentucky Sanitation Services.
Rich is just a really, really, really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Let J&S Auto Sales show you how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Columbia. They believe in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Their friendly and knowledgeable sales staff is here to help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. Shop their virtual showroom of used cars, trucks, and SUVs online at JNSAutosalesKY.org. J&S Auto Sales, here to help you find that perfect car you deserve, priced to fit your budget.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery, whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries. Our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Hi, this is Julia Bolt. I'm a Russell County High School graduate and a Lindsey Wilson College student. I am well on my way to earning my degree in elementary education. At LWC, I've met new people, had the opportunity to become involved on campus, and I have loved being part of the basketball program. Visit today and you will want to make Lindsey Wilson College your new home too. Call the admissions office at 270-384-8100 or email us at admissions@lindsey.edu.
This is Matt Loy with United Citizens Bank. Although I'm very proud of all the products and services we offer, the best thing we have to offer is good, old-fashioned customer service. It may seem like banking is moving to smartphones and computers, and while we can do that too, we don't think anything can replace a firm handshake and your confidence in our word. When you think personal service and customer-first banking, think UCB. United Citizens Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
CBS Sports Radio, 1019 FM, 1270 AM, WAIN, online, 1019WAIN.com. It's a Fork Broadcasting station. Thanks for listening. All sports, all the time on CBS Sports Radio, the exclusive home of Lindsey Wilson College Athletics. Go Blue Raiders. Adair County baseball and softball. Roll Tribe. The Leach Report with the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach. Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones. The Cincinnati Reds, Tennessee Titans, and Nashville Predators. CBS Sports Radio, 1019 FM and 1270 AM, WAIN. Plus our all-star CBS lineup. Enter the jungle with the Jim Rome Show. After Hours with Amy Lawrence and more. It's how sports know-it-alls know it all. CBS Sports Radio, 1019 FM and 1270 AM, WAIN. Online at 1019WAIN.com. A Fork Broadcasting station.
Welcome back to J&S Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local. Our sponsors are Lindsey Wilson College, United Citizens Bank, TJ Regional Health, and our title sponsor is J&S Auto Sales. And by the way, if you are a sponsor out there, if you own a business, come on, get on board.
Yeah.
I mean, how much fun do we have here?
I mean,
and if they have any swag they want to throw our way, food.
I mean, advertising, would encourage a lot of local listeners. But I've got people from 3 and 4 different countries listening. Not.
Well,
I mean, it's 2 different continents.
it's because how special you are.
I mean, I just send them a text.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is,
what continents are they?
We Antarctica.
That's what I'm going to say.
I'm just saying, we just talked about how talented you are and how you could do chili and talk on the radio at the same time. We need a food sponsor in here. Austin, you got to get us a food sponsor. We're going to talk a little Lindsey Wilson athletics. Not a ton to talk about right now. We're just getting back in gear here as I guess the winter season continues. Men's wrestling in action tonight. They're taking on University of the Cumberland's former Lindsey Wilson coach Corey Ruff brings his Patriots to town tonight. That's 7 o'clock at Bigger. So if you're in the area, you need to get out there and watch some collegiate wrestling. And this is it. wrestling. It's wrestling, but it's fun. It's a good time.
Consider the spotlight and all that.
I think so. Yeah.
Awesome.
Again, 7 o'clock out at Bigger Sports Center. Men and women's basketball, they're on the road this weekend. They will travel and take on Freed Hardeman on Thursday night. That's a doubleheader, begins at 5:30 and 7:30 down in Henderson, Tennessee. And on Saturday, they'll travel up to McKenzie, also in West Tennessee, and take on Bethel. We have the links of those games, the video of those games, on our website at lindsayathletics.com. You can follow along with that, and as well as social media. Our sports information department will make sure that you know all about that. And our swim team is hosting a meet this weekend. They'll take on the University of Tennessee at University of Tennessee Southern on Saturday at the Wellness Center. And that is a very brief Lindsey Wilson report. But you said it just a few moments ago, and I think I alluded to it last week. We're less than a month away from spring sports start. In fact, tennis starts this month, January 29th. Then you got baseball, softball starting early February, weather permitting, that is. You never know.
It's always dodging that time of year.
Absolutely. In fact, I was talking to Coach Mike Talley, our facilities director, former baseball coach, today in the office, and I said, he's our weather guru on campus. And I said, hey, when's the rain coming in? He said, not till later tonight. Or actually, maybe he said tomorrow. I don't remember what he said. But anyway, he said they're getting ready to tarp. I think he said later tonight. And he said they were going to tarp this afternoon. I thought, oh, here we go. I mean, get ready to tarp the fields because you just never know. And he said it's going to rain off and on a bunch over the next week and a half or something along those lines.
The tarp may not come off.
May not. Absolutely.
That's a good thing about this time of year. You're not going to kill the grass. The grass is already probably dormant right now.
That's right.
So
yep. Good thing is we got a indoor hitting facility on campus, and that's always a good thing. I know the Adair County really uses the blue building out at Joe Johnson, and we utilize.
And there's some rumblings about possible one out on campus for baseball and softball.
Oh, cool.
I've heard rumblings. I don't know that. I probably shouldn't say that on the air here, but I've heard rumblings.
Good.
And it's needed. I mean, that's just in high school sports. It's you talking about college sports being an arms race, which it is.
Yeah.
High school sports is getting that same way.
Sure
is.
It's
just it's good to see some. It's one thing I really admire about what Mr. Biggs has done so far is he's really working hard to get things up to date and expanded and just really doing a good job in the community with that.
We're going to talk UK basketball, U of L basketball shortly. We'll do that in our next segment. So just hold your horses.
Chris,
there,
are you
John.
dreading that? Are you dreading that?
I'm excited about what you may throw out there.
Okay,
but that's going to be the next segment. I want to talk a little UK football for a moment. It's now official. Cohen is back, and boy, I can tell you, there's a lot of happy people who follow UK football now that their all-time favorite OC is back in town.
Yeah. And from what I understand, the Chris Mortensen tweet that he put out, that's when it happened. He actually signed then.
Yeah,
but they couldn't.
I think it was December 18th.
Yeah,
when he signed.
They couldn't announce it until the season was over.
Right.
But, I had a good feeling that was what was happening because you wouldn't have signed the best quarterback in the transfer portal without him knowing who the OC was going to be.
Oh, no doubt.
I wouldn't be shocked if he wasn't on campus whenever he was visiting that weekend if he didn't fly in just to talk to him.
The other thing about that is it just went quiet. There was so much talk about this and that, and got to find an OC, and then all of a sudden there was no more talk. And I'm talking from UK.
Right.
They had their guy, and so they didn't need to talk anymore.
With the addition of Cohen and Devin Leary, have we gotten any receivers in the portal?
I don't know.
I know we've got some guys coming back.
I don't know that you need them. All three of them's coming back.
All three of the receivers that were here this past year that basically Cohen helped recruit is back, and I know he's real excited about them.
Yeah, that's
and I know the tight end's coming back. I just thought maybe we might go after a receiver too.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to get another running back. I know they got the kid from Vandy, and they got some recruits coming in, but we saw this year how quick that room went down. Hopefully the kid with the ACL, I felt so bad for him, transferred in, first carry of the season, and he's done. So hopefully he'll be back. The way ACLs are these days, a year's time, he probably will be back, most likely. But I was kind of disappointed here in They're one of their three best. Well, actually, two of their three best recruits ever have went in the transfer portal, with Goodwin on the offensive line, and then Rogers, Stevens Flyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went but I didn't know they was even looking at this kid, but the real good kid from North Carolina that was actually in the same recruiting class as Rogers and ranked higher than Rogers, committed yesterday. So that was a big pickup on the defensive line. So Keyshawn Silver, just sounds like a football name.
That's exactly right. No doubt about it. Cohen's getting $1.8 million a year. I mean, that's not bad.
No. And in all honesty, it couldn't have worked out better for him, because I keep on. Of course, you got to take Twitter with a grain of salt, but McVay's done. I think he's walking away, and it's probably a year too late. He probably should have. He's got a ton of money waiting on him on TV.
Yeah,
and just got married, so I can see him just walking off in the sunset and making several $1 million on TV and enjoying life.
Well, I think it's going to be exciting. I don't think there's any question about it that's a great. One of the things that I read about Cohen, in his, I guess one of the articles that when he finally is, how he took ownership of last year's struggles offensively, because he said, I helped build it, and I helped recruit these players, and we took a step back, and I'm excited to be back.
He made the recommendation for the new OC.
Yeah. And he says, I'm excited to be back and excited to get to work. And unfortunately, they can't get to work right away. They got to wait till spring football practice. They get a limited number of practices. But I'm sure there's going to be some film study and such. And I don't know. I think it's a great fit. I think he's excited to be back, and I think I look for them to have a big year next year.
I was going to ask you something, and I don't know why I'm asking you now, but like a lot of these incoming freshmen will come in at Christmas or January. Does Lindsey Wilson have kids do that? Or
sometimes.
I didn't know if they did or not.
Sometimes.
To participate in spring practice.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, that happens. That's gonna do my Lindsey Wilson segment. Little, I guess, talk about football. We got a lot to talk about with UK basketball. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bad stuff to talk about. We're going to step away for a minute. We'll come back. We'll talk about that. This is J&S Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local.
WAIN regularly conducts contests and giveaways on air. Please be advised of the following rules. No purchase necessary. Contests are open to all persons except Fort Broadcasting and their affiliated radio stations, Fort employees and their immediate families. Event sponsors, prize providers, or advertisers and their respective immediate families are not eligible to win. Participants can only win one contest prize per person every 30 days. The prize is valued at over $150. Only one prize per household every 90 days. Winners must appear in person with proper positive legal identification. Claim any prize Monday through Friday, excluding holidays, within 30 days, so the prize will be forfeited. Prizes will not be mailed or delivered. Any winner under the age of 18 must be accompanied by a parent or legal guardian. No trade or cash equivalent will be awarded for any contest prize. Any person or persons found to be in violation of these contest rules before, during, or after the respective contest or giveaway will be disqualified and will not be eligible for future contests and giveaways.
Let J&S Auto Sales show you how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Columbia. They believe in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Their friendly and knowledgeable sales staff is here to help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. Shop their virtual showroom of used cars, trucks, and SUVs online at jnsautosales.ky.org. J&S Auto Sales, here to help you find that perfect car you deserve, priced to fit your budget.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery, whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries. Our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Hi, this is Julia Bolt. I'm a Russell County High School graduate and a Lindsey Wilson College student. I am well on my way to earning my degree in elementary education. At LWC, I've met new people, had the opportunity to become involved on campus, and I have loved being part of the basketball program. Visit today and you will want to make Lindsey Wilson College your new home too. Call the admissions office at 270-384-8100 or email us at admissions@lindsey.edu.
this is Matt Loy with United Citizens Bank. Although I'm very proud of all the products and services we offer, the best thing we have to offer is good, old-fashioned customer service. It may seem like banking is moving to smartphones and computers, and while we can do that too, we don't think anything can replace a firm handshake and your confidence in our word. When you think personal service and customer-first banking, think UCB. United Citizens Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Kentucky did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
If you've ever lost your debit card, you know how important having control is. Now, you can get the debit card control you need with the convenience you want with Bank of Columbia's mobile banking app. With our app, you can put lost or stolen cards on lockdown with card controls, and you can set spending limits by the type of purchase. Card control and convenience, count on it with Bank of Columbia's mobile banking app. Get started today by downloading our app on your smartphone. Find us online at bankcolumbia.com. Bank of Columbia is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to JNS Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local. Our sponsors, TJ Regional Health, Lindsey Wilson College, United Citizens Bank, and JNS Auto Sales is our title sponsor. And John, Scott had to step out, so it's just John Shelley and myself, Chris Wells, here on the JNS Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local, along with Austin Armstrong, our producer. Man, tough night and tough season for UK basketball. 71-68 loss to South Carolina, which was ranked 14th in the SEC, supposed to be the worst team in the conference, and they come into Rupp and in the Cats' 29-game winning streak. And
first time since 2009, South Carolina's won in Rupp Arena.
It's just it's tough right now. It's tough.
They were ranked 241 before their loss to Furman. Furman beat them 18. I think I read
at South Carolina.
Yeah, it dropped them to like 263. So yeah, that's not what the doctor ordered for Kentucky basketball, for Calipari, for this team's confidence. They just look like a team, Chris, it's just not playing with a lot of confidence. You know, Jimmy Dykes said the other night when they score, it looks like an accident in the game before, the Alabama game. So they've just got too many guys, it looks like to me, that can't score the ball. And, you know, and all we heard was how this was going to be a really good shooting basketball team,
yep.
And they really struggle to make shots. Of course, Toppin being out. You just can't lose to South Carolina at home.
No. Toppin was out. Cason Wallace went out after 8 minutes in the first half. Didn't play the second half because of back injury. So unsure about his availability. And boy, they got a nasty game this weekend. They're going to Knoxville.
You don't want to limp into Tennessee. And then you got Georgia after that, who's, you know, you would say Georgia's middle of the road, but they've got some pretty decent wins. I know they beat maybe Auburn at Georgia, so they're not a slouch, and but the wheel has come off. A wheel has run off the wagon, and Cal appears to have lost confidence just in hearing, you know. They asked him last night about all the – I'm sure these guys are reading message boards and seeing all the negativity. And, and he basically said, hey, blame it on me. Leave the kids alone.
But the thing is, and I think they've said it – I've seen it on social media, no one's blaming the kids. They're all blaming Cal. I mean, he just keeps saying the same thing over and over again. And, I'm a Calipari fan. I think he's a great recruiter. I think he was a good coach. I don't think he's ever been a great coach, but I think he was a good coach. And I don't know what happened.
And, I've been the first one I've been down on him for a long time. But I will say the one thing his teams have done consistently over years is they play defense.
Yeah.
And
this team does not.
They're not playing any defense. They have always struggled in the screen roll. They've always. I never have thought he really knows how he wants to play it. You either hedge it, you hedge it and force the ball back the other way. You switch it, which you can't do at the Division I level because you got a big on a little rolling into the post, or you trap it. And we just continually, when we need to go over top of the screen, we go under. Teams hit threes. We go over top. Teams roll to the basket. We just don't play the screen roll well. But I've been really, of course, Sheboy in the post-game conference last night, press conference, was talking about an effort. He made a comment about, hey, you just put some guys in there that'll battle.
Yeah,
so
that was an ouch moment.
So, yeah.
He even mentioned walk-ons.
Yeah.
Put the walk-ons in.
And then to even say he's going to the coach, that's not good either. That's not good from a culture. When you're going to the coach saying, put this guy in, I don't know. There are just too many guys out there that can't score. When you play, and me and you talked about this a little bit off the air. Yes, Sheboy's averaging, 17, 18 points a game, but he's really a garbage guy. He's around the basket. He's a great jumper. He's going to stick it back. He has made a couple jump shots.
Yep.
I agree.
He's gotten better.
He's extended that part. But when you play him, Ware, and the point guard, Wheeler, all at the same time, you got three guys really there that can't make a jump shot. Is a threat. So
Toppin can't make a jump shot either unless it's. I think Toppin's really good from 15 feet and in, but anything outside that, he's.
And then there's Collins. He was in high school All-American, and he looks like that he hadn't played. He just really.
The death of his father really set him back.
Yeah, he just looks like he's hadn't played basketball out there.
Yeah.
He's a great athlete, but he just. I'm trying to be nice, but. They've just got some real issues, and then we don't run anything. We don't have a plan. I watched Michigan State play last night. I'm getting off subject a little bit, and they had 4 or 5 possessions at the end of that game at Wisconsin where they had a plan of who they were getting the ball to as far as a cross screen, a flare screen, a couple curls, and they got the ball to who they want. We never do that. No. We just spread out, drive.
UK has one of their greatest things their greatest assets is the fact that they can kill 20 seconds of shot clock better than any team in the country, just by dribbling it out on the front court and they don't move with. Gosh, and we sound so critical here, but they don't move with. I forgot. I don't remember what the word I'm looking for, but they don't go to a spot because it's in the game plan. They just kind of they float around.
Let me give you an example. Last possession of the game last night. We're down 3. That was the design play for Wheeler to drive. There was no screen set to drive into the gut, and for the shooter to Reeves to fill his spot and to kick it. That was the design play. I really feel like it was, and I'm like sitting there going, "What is that?"
Yeah.
But it's and then to add even more to the spectacle, I'm sure we talked about off the air. There was a fan that came in on the bottom level with a sign that said, "Please go to Texas," and he was holding it up. It was a big sign. And of course, they asked him to leave. They escorted him out, but
what I read is actually the guy who he went to social media. He said they asked me to give them the sign, and I told them I was not going to do that. Then they asked him to leave, so they weren't going to make him leave. They just wanted the sign, and then he says, "I'm not giving up the sign." That poster board and that Sharpie he used for that's expensive stuff apparently. I'm sure it was a lot more expensive than that ticket. John, one of the things that's just unbelievable to me is how many fans were not there last night. It was an empty Rupp Arena.
And I don't know if they were kidding or not, but there were several tweets that people that had lower arena seats that said $10 a piece, for the rest of the year. My tickets are for sale. I don't know if that was, I almost got to thinking, I thought it was somebody being funny at first, but they might really be wanting to get rid of their tickets. I mean, there was tons of empty seats in the bottom.
UK shot 51% from the field, which is great. That's normally what you would think would be good enough to win a basketball game, but they were out-rebounded 32-28. That's head-scratching number there. And they were outscored from behind the arc by 24 points. South Carolina was 11 of 20 from 3. UK was 3 of 10. I mean, it's just crazy. Some of those numbers, and
they did hit some tough ones.
They did. Well, you know what? They hit some shots that you're just like, are you kidding me? I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, they really did.
And then the big guy who they're projecting, he's a pro. The 6'8", what was it, Johnson?
Yeah.
Nice player.
Yeah.
And of course, Tennessee he didn't score against Tennessee,
no.
but
they scored as many points in the first half last night against Kentucky's defense as they scored all game long against Tennessee.
42. So that's the big thing. You've got to always play defense and play hard.
Yeah.
And I'm just not seeing that. Hey, I'll lay it on the line for this guy. You can tell when teams get after it, and maybe they think they're going hard, but they're not. They're not going hard.
And the SEC's pretty darn good. I mean, unless something dramatically changes, I don't. There's no chance this team makes a run at the NCAA. I mean, they have 0 quad 1 wins right now, and that was a quad 4 loss last night. I mean, holy
quad
cow.
4, not a quad 3. That was a quad
4 loss at home.
Yeah.
Right now, Lenardi's got them as the first 4 out as of today, and I'm surprised they're that high. I really am. Now, who knows? Maybe they'll turn it around. I hope they do. I mean, I really hope they do. I hope something magical happens and they make a great run and I don't know. It's just I just don't see it happening. But you know what? We'll keep.
And I know we
watching
don't like
hoping.
to do it, but if he were to sit out here and ask me, John, you coach, give me some, and I'm sure he would never do such a thing.
That's too pride.
I would tell him to start pressing. I would start telling him to use his depth and his bench, use those bigs and those longs to get in some kind of full court pressure, create a different kind of tempo because we're struggling scoring. We need some easy baskets. We talked about Adair County girls. They have to work for everything they get. If they could just get, and I know, but Kentucky's got the athletes to press. But
not only press, but push. Always put. I don't understand why you just don't always.
But
push.
see, 2 games ago, remember this?
I remember this.
This crazy
LSU.
thing. Yeah, this crazy thing. Hey, we've got to be more methodical. We got to be more deliberate. That was the word he used, deliberate. And that's a little bit confusing because when I think of deliberate, I'm thinking we're running a shot clock down to pretty much the.
Yeah.
We're going to take a shot at the end of the clock. Forget all that stuff. But that's the one thing, and you've heard me talk about Pitino a lot. He knows how he wants to play. I mean, you watch Iona play. They're going to play fast. They're going to trap. They're going to create. They're going to foul 100 times, and they might call 50.
Yeah.
Cal doesn't have that philosophy, though. And but that would be my advice to him. You get some kind of full court pressure going.
I would seriously, roll the ball out there. Go play. I mean, they got athletes. I mean, just like you said, just go play. Just go.
Yeah.
Because what he's trying right now isn't working. I mean, it's just not. And I hope they turn it around. I really do. But I just don't see it happening. Now, I think we could see Alabama actually worse than Alabama on Saturday. I would not be surprised.
Well, they're just so good defensively, and we're struggling scoring anyway. I could see us not getting to 50.
U of L, they are 2-14 on the season, lost to Wake Forest on Saturday, 80-72. They play at Clemson tonight. That's an 8 o'clock tip. Anybody going to be watching that? Clemson, a 2-14 Louisville team?
No. I do think that they are showing they're just not very good, but they are showing some signs where they're at least competing. I mean, they had that Wake Forest game, I think, to within 3 or 4 or 5, maybe something like that.
I think they were leading that game at one point.
Maybe they were, but they're at least competing. It's all going to depend on players Kenny gets this next offseason. He's got to get some players in there.
No doubt. Georgia 65-7 over TCU. Did you see that coming?
No, I did not. I did not see that coming. The spread in Vegas was
12.5,
13. It got completely lopsided. I tell you what was Jim Harbaugh doing? How do you lose to them?
I don't know.
I mean, now I see today where he's interviewing for the Broncos job, but he has to be just sitting there second guessing himself. How do we lose to this bunch? But Georgia, give them credit. They're good. They're good. Stetson Bennett, Stetson Bennett, he looks like a choir boy, but he just wins football games.
Yeah.
He just continues to win.
Last thing before we get out of here tonight, NFL playoffs are around the corner this weekend. They have 6 games this weekend. You got 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and my beloved Cowboys play on Monday. They're one and done. Trip down into
I think
Tampa.
Cowboys can win that ball game.
They can win, but
they can win that ball game. The big piece of news that I'm waiting on being a Bengals fan is Lamar playing. I mean, I think if Lamar doesn't play, I don't think Baltimore can beat Cincinnati.
I don't either, but how worried are you the fact that you just played that team to close out the season? And they kind of played with you.
I know, but I just don't think – I think once Cincinnati got a lead in that game, I think they were very vanilla in their play calling, and I think they probably have holding some trump cards.
If you had to pick one upset of the 6 games, and here are the 6 games: Seattle at San Francisco, Chargers at Jacksonville. Even though the Chargers have a better record, Jacksonville, since they won their divisions, hosting. Miami at Buffalo, the Giants at Minnesota, Baltimore at Cincinnati, and then the Monday night game, Dallas, who has a better record than Tampa, but Tampa won their division, so they're
I can see that one being an upset, and I can see the Giants game.
I do too.
Giants being an upset.
If I had to pick one, even though I don't believe Dallas, I don't ever believe in Dallas, unfortunately, even though I'm a massive Cowboys fan. The one game that I look at and I think, you know what, I think the Giants can play with and beat the Vikings.
I look at Minnesota; they got that great record, but it was kind of a fluky record.
It really was,
and they played a really soft schedule.
If you had to pick right now, who's your Super Bowl of those?
I think the 49ers are going to be in the Super Bowl. I think the 49ers
with a third-string quarterback.
Yeah, I think the 49ers and probably either the Bills or the Bengals. One of those two. I think the winner of that. I think if both those teams take care of business, Cincinnati will have a tough time in Buffalo. I wish Cincinnati had home field advantage, but they don't have it.
I think I agree with you on San Francisco. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think even though if the Bills make it, the Bills and the Chiefs play in the AFC Championship game, it'll be at a neutral field. I just think Kansas City. I like Andy Reid a lot, and I think he'll find a way to win this time. Cincinnati, if they can get by the Bills, you know what? They've kind of got the Chiefs number. They've won like 3.
They're the hottest team right now.
Yeah,
the Bengals are.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
They're hot.
That's going to do our show for this week. Thanks to our sponsors, United Citizens Bank, TJ Regional Health, Lindsey Wilson College, our title sponsor, J&S Auto Sales. Join us next Wednesday. Again, we are live on YouTube now. It will be archiving. We'll be archiving the video and audio each week on our YouTube page, so just search WAIN Radio. Thanks to Scott Bennett, John Shelley, Austin Armstrong, and I'm Chris Wells. This has been the J&S Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local.